Sleeping Beauty. There was once a king and a queen who really wanted to have a baby. One day, their dream was fulfilled, and they had a beautiful little girl. I want to have a big banquet to celebrate the birth of my daughter, Aurora. We will invite all of the nobility and the fairies. And so...
She's a very sweet girl. What gift should we give her? Beauty, singing, dancing? Intelligence, that is a very important gift. Yes, and also courage. I want her to be determined and not let anyone boss her around.
Just then, I heard the celebration from my lair, and I came to see what it was about. I see I'm the only one who wasn't invited.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How could I have forgotten your invitation? I assure you it wasn't on purpose. It was probably because you live far away and...
Enough with the excuses! I also have a gift for the new princess. When she turns 16, she will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel, and she will die. Ha 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 ha!
Oh no, what a tragedy!
Fairies, please do something to break this terrible spell.
We can't! I have an idea. We can't break the spell, but I can change it. The princess will not die. She will sleep for 100 years. 100 years! That means we'll never get to see when she wakes up. She will be asleep for the rest of our lives. Oh no! And when she wakes up, she won't have any loved ones around. She'll wake up to a lonely, sad place. Don't worry, Your Majesty. I will cast another spell. When Princess Aurora falls asleep, everyone in the castle will sleep with her.
Ha 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 ha! How silly and inept all of you are! If you were good at magic, you would know that there is an easy way to break the spell. Why, true love. If a man of pure heart falls in love with Princess Aurora, the spell will be broken. On second thought, that's not so easy. 100 years could very well pass by before a gentleman with a pure heart happens to find her. Ha 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 ha. And even if he does, what are the chances of him falling in love with a girl who doesn't talk, doesn't think, doesn't move? Ha 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 ha! Get out of here, you evil creature! You not only bring disgrace, but you mock our pain. If you weren't a spirit of nature, I'd lock you up in a dungeon. Ha 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 ha! Goodbye! I want all the spinning wheels in the kingdom destroyed! Every single one of them! But an old woman who was a cook at the castle was very fond of her machine and would not get rid of it.
I'll hide it in one of the towers where nobody ever goes. That way I will do no harm to the princess, and I can keep it. I will hide it very well, and will only use it occasionally.
Years passed, and Aurora became a beautiful young lady. For her 16th birthday, her parents gave her a beautiful dress. Since Aurora loved to take walks in the woods, she decided to go for one before her birthday celebration started. While walking back to the castle, her dress caught on a rose bush and a thorn tore it.
Oh no, what am I going to do? The party is about to start. I can't go with a torn dress. But it's my parents' present. I can't change it. I'll have to find a way to mend it.
Aurora was a self-sufficient girl. She was used to solving her own problems, so she decided to look around the castle for a needle and thread. In one of the towers, she saw an old woman spinning on a spinning wheel.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Princess Aurora! Oh no, the princess has discovered my spinning wheel. I know what. I'll teach her to use the spinning wheel so she'll never hurt herself, and the spell won't take effect.
But before the old woman could say another word, Aurora, who was very curious, pricked her finger on the spindle of the spinning wheel and immediately fell to the ground asleep.
Oh no, what will I do now? Surely the king will send...
But before the old lady could finish speaking, the spell took effect, and all the inhabitants of the castle fell into a deep sleep.
Oh, what's wrong? I felt something in my heart. It means that Princess Aurora has begun 100 years of sleep. Quick, let's go to the castle. Let's take her to her bed so she can rest better. I'm going to surround her bed with beautiful roses because Aurora is as pretty as a rose. It's true, they should have called her Briar Rose instead. I like the name Aurora better. Well, enough discussion. Let's get back to the forest.
The years passed, and many trees and vegetation grew around the castle. One day, in a distant kingdom... How did it go with the last princess you met? It didn't go well. She was very spoiled. I don't want to marry someone like that. You are having a hard time finding a wife, huh? But I think there is still one more girl you need to meet. Sleeping Beauty. Haha, Sleeping Beauty? Who is she? You haven't heard the rumors? They say that in Birnam Wood there is a hidden castle where a beautiful, virtuous young lady fell into a 100-year-long sleep. Nobody knows how many years are left, but it looks like many years have gone by already. That sounds more like myth and legend than rumor. But it's true. They say it is a dangerous place that no one dares to go to. All night, the prince, who enjoyed challenges, thought and thought about the story his friend had told him. What if this girl is the love of my life? I need to meet her. Tomorrow I will leave for the Birnam Wood. The next day, well, according to all the information they gave me, this is where the castle is located, behind all this vegetation. Looking for Sleeping Beauty? Yes, do you know where she is? I do, and you're in the wrong place. She is not in this forest. What? Everybody I asked on the way here said she was here in the Birnam Wood. And who do you believe? Mere humans? Or me, a millennial fairy? I'm sorry, ma'am. Then where is Sleeping Beauty? In the forest of the Amazon, far from here. Oh, well, I'll have to start a new journey then. Thank you. But the prince, who was pure of heart, had come to realize that this was an evil fairy, and that she was lying, so he hid among the trees and waited for the fairy to leave. Hours later, finally I can meet you. They were not kidding. You really are very beautiful. That night, the prince dreamed of the princess he had seen in the castle. I have been looking for a girl like you for years. I thought I'd never find someone like you. The next day, oh, what a beautiful dream I had about the Sleeping Beauty. Now, I really am a hopeless romantic. I can't believe I've fallen in love with the girl from my dreams. I want to see her again. If only you could wake up, I would tell you how much I love you, how much I've waited for a girl like you. My heart tells me you're my soulmate. How many years are left until you wake up? I don't know, but I'm willing to wait. Oh, I love you. At that moment, Aurora opened her eyes and became frightened when she saw the prince. Don't be afraid. I come in peace.
What's going on? Why am I here?
The prince began to tell her the story he had heard, but before he could finish, Aurora's parents had already entered the room.
Oh, Aurora, finally the spell is broken! That means that this is the young man who is pure of heart and truly loves our daughter.
It is true, ma'am. I am in love with your daughter, and if she accepts me, I would like to marry her. After spending some time getting to know each other better, the prince and Aurora were married and lived happily.